Welcome to Data Powered Experiences. Companies today have this challenge that they have to bring data from across many of their applications to create a single source of truth to know about their customers and other products. What was primarily a marketing area has been generically applied now to other areas in your enterprise, including sales and service, commerce, and many more. The problem is, in order to do this, what you see here on the left side is what companies have to do. They have to build complex systems to pipe data into warehouses and lakes, and then do insights on it, and then spend more time reverse integrating it back into the systems of engagement. You do it not just once, but probably 6 times or more to handle lakehouse patterns, analytics patterns, event processing patterns, real-time decisioning, marketing, machine learning, and applications. That's why we introduced Data Cloud. Data Cloud is built on the world's #1 CRM to really give you an integrated, real-time, automated, and open data platform. So you can actually bring in hundreds of billions of engagement and profiles and really democratize data to all of your enterprise. The way we built it was, first, we took the Salesforce platform that you see here, which is built on Hyperforce, transactional database, Einstein, and Flow, and we really brought in the power of big data and processing down to the platform. That's why we're able to integrate that seamlessly into all of the enterprise. Goal of Data Cloud is not just to make CRM, marketing better, but the entire application of the Customer 360, along with all our partners in the ad tech, AI, and data integration space as well. And this is spread across the industry, across many verticals, where we're able to handle billions of records, trillions of events, and really make a difference in the customer experience. One such example is Salesforce itself. Salesforce.com runs on Data Cloud, where we're able to bring all the experiences from Salesforce.com, Trailhead, etc., create a single source of truth, use machine language on it, and really then power it using Tableau, and use those insights into all of the marketing and other tech ecosystem. Now let's go through how Data Cloud actually works. Data Cloud works by bringing data from many systems. That includes all your first-party applications, hyperscalers, web mobile SDK to bring data at speed and real time from your web and mobile, ingestion API, MuleSoft connectors, and we're working on live tables as well. Now, regardless of whether the data is coming in batch or streaming, it lands in what we call as bronze tables. Then you can optionally do batch or streaming pipelines using low-code or pro-code way. A powerful feature that we have just released is called Data Spaces that allows you to segregate the data across your enterprise. So you can actually have different business units or roles looking at different slices of your data without copies. Now, often data is coming across your enterprise. It has very different schemas. With the power of our canonical model, you can actually pull all that data together into these canonical experiences so that you can actually have a harmonized view of all your data in the enterprise. In addition, the Data Cloud, all this data has change streams built on it, so you can really know what's changed at every aspect of your system. In the case of user data, even though you may have harmonized it, often the IDs are very different because user may have misspelled their names and so on and so forth. So we offer a powerful identity resolution technique so you can actually bring in all this data together and create these golden records. So you know it's the same person who opened your email, who had a service call or sales incident, or who browsed your web pages. With this unified harmonized data, now you can start doing AI and BI analysis on top of it. But this is where most data systems stop. Where Data Cloud goes above and beyond is to be able to act on this data. You can now create actions on these event streams and go create flows or send emails. You can have your marketeers work and create rich segments and then activate them to ad tech and MarTech partners. You can actually have your data analysts work off of this via Tableau or other systems they may have. You can certainly export the data back into your systems of engagement across your hyperscalers or via MuleSoft. And we have great technology integration with partners such as Snowflake and others, where you can actually also query this data live. The power of Data Cloud doesn't just stop there because it's built into the Salesforce platform. You can use the no-code, low-code, pro-code ways and the developer experience of the platform. And it's all built on open standards. The power of Data Cloud is also the fact you can actually deal with events, tables, and hot layers such as profiles in a seamless way. Finally, as you will see through the demo, that with Data Cloud, you can have everything processed through this one platform that is backed by metadata and scale. Now, let's actually look at the product in action. This is the home screen of Data Cloud. As you can see in the home screen of Data Cloud, we already have embedded CRM analytics here, and CRM analytics dashboards can be used with Data Cloud to get data. The first step in Data Cloud is bringing a lot of new data. You can easily bring data by using what is called as data streams. You can connect to many partners such as Marketing Cloud, CRM, Commerce, Web, Mobile, Ingestion API, our Interaction Studio, hyperscalers, and the hundreds of connectors from MuleSoft. In the case of CRM, you can actually connect to multiple CRM instances. And it's as simple as choosing the CRM instance you want to connect to, using a bundle, or you can even use specific objects that you want to bring in. You just click next, choose whether it's a profile or an engagement, choose the columns you want to bring in, click next, deploy, and done. You don't need to worry about ETL or any of those things anymore. In the case of other systems such as Marketing Cloud, we again make it easy by understanding consent signals and business units and so on and so forth. In the case of web or mobile, we offer a simple API where you can just plug in, take the events that you want, call the send event for you to really push the event. Now, regardless of whether the event is real time, whether it's coming through batch, you can see here the data streams is pushing in all the information. In my instance, which is on a production system, I have over 500 million rows here. Scale's not an issue. We can process tens of thousands of events and hundreds of billions, if not trillions of records. Now, when the records are coming in, you can optionally transform the data using business-friendly interfaces. You can either use batch or streaming. So that means you can either do row by row as the data is coming in, or you can do batch with simple drag and drop interfaces. You can also use SQL if you're familiar with that. Now, a powerful feature we have added on top is what we call as data spaces, because you have now tons of data, thousands of tables, and you want to be able to segregate it so that different people in different business units or roles can only see different pieces of the data, and you can do so with data spaces. I have thousands of tables in my default space, but now I only share these 10 spaces in this data space, and I can restrict it to few users. Now, once you have the data coming in, now let's look at the harmonization step. If you look at this data here, I have various data coming in here. And let's look at specifically the CRM. In CRM, you have this contact object. If you look at the contact object, you see it is coming from Sales Cloud. It has this whatever 46 different fields. And I have different schemas about users coming in from different places. So I want to do a data mapping. So this step of canonical mapping helps me achieve that. We have over 50 plus canonical model entities that we ship out of the box. And you can also extend it and create your own custom data model objects as well, or you can use the ones that we have shipped. So as you can see here, I have these 50. And in my example, I basically took my contact here and I have mapped 6 of the fields to the individual. Now, why is this interesting? Now, let's jump into the individual data model object. As you can see, I have now data coming from 29 sources. So I don't have to worry about what the actual schema was called in each of the sources. I'm going to look at a customer in a holistic manner. Not only that, I have the relationships defined there. The profile that came from Sales Cloud brought me all the relationships to accounts and opportunities. The one that came from Service Cloud brought me all the relationships to a case. The one that came from Marketing Cloud brought me all the relationships to engagement scores. And the one from Commerce brought me all the product browse, and so on and so forth. So practically, we have this really rich graph that we have, metadata graph that we have created with the individual at the center and all the related artifacts. Now, the next step is identity resolution. Because we had very different users using different things, so I can do identity resolution, which helps me really stitch the identities together. In my case, I had 7 million profiles, and we were able to stitch it down to 3 million unified profiles. Part of the unification, you can also choose exactly how you want things to be resolved. So you can actually use either the most frequent, let's assume there are 5 zip codes, the most frequent, the most recent, or you want to trust CRM or marketing. All that is supported. Now, here's another thing. We also support multiple identity resolution rules. So you can actually create different householding rules or fuzzy match for marketing and maybe more stricter match for service and so on and so forth. Now that you have the data, you can access it through various means, including our own tools, or you can use external systems such as dbeaver, because we are open source and we support all of the JDBC-based way of connecting. With this harmonized unified data, now let's start doing some insights on it. With our power of calculated insights using SQL or using Builder, you can create either batch or streaming insights into the system. With batch or streaming insights, you can either use a low code or SQL way of defining it. Calculated insights lets you create these rich batch insights, such as RFM analysis, such as you can start doing ranks and percentiles of people. Or you can also start doing streaming things like every 5 minutes, what's your customer purchase value, or what they have clicked, or your bugs rates, and so on and so forth. In addition, we are also expanding this to support ML as well. So you can take the data that's in Data Cloud, and you can actually take all these insights and expose it to systems such as SageMaker. And you can easily host the model in SageMaker here, as you can see. And then you can output predict these things too. And this will be going into this propensity score prediction. You can actually use not just SageMaker, but other tools such as Databricks here to be able to also do these analysis, because data is easily accessible through our open interfaces. Now that you have AI and BI analysis, let's look at the value side of the equation. You can start using all of these insights. Let's look at the Service Cloud person first. I have Edward Stamos here. Normally, you'll only see this part, but now with the power of Data Cloud, I can actually bring the rich 360 view of what Edward Stamos has done, including all his activity, his calculated insights, and many, many more. It's not just for a Service Cloud or Sales Cloud. Your marketeers can now look at this data. I'm looking at, for example, a highly engaged buyers outdoors and indoors. I want to be able to, as a marketer, drag and drop things to create that. It's a homeowner coming from a backend system, email engagement, where they've at least opened emails coming from my marketing cloud. Whether they've browsed any product coming from my websites, and whether they have a case open, that's coming from my Service Cloud, right? So as a marketer, all I have to do is go here, choose the objects I want. I can just drag and drop whatever I want here from my sales order line and others, and I can just make this work. The moment I click save, the segment is automatically maintained. And now I can activate to all of these ad tech partners. I can also send it to ad tech such as Google or Facebook here, as you can see here, or Google here. Or I can also activate these rich things to Marketing Cloud. And you don't have to do any ETL or anything. It's immediately available as data extension, so you can actually have your MarTech journeys. It's not just marketing. You can also expand this to do personalization. So the same segments, the same profile is also available in our Marketing Cloud personalization. So you can actually personalize their experiences or do the next best action in your websites. Now, it's not just about segments of information. You can also use them to do action targets. We let you do action targets to many sources. As you can see here, I have action targets to AWS Lambda, Azure, platform events, and many more. A simple scenario here is you can actually create a new action to many targets. I can create to Marketing Cloud or Core. I have here an action created to Marketing Cloud. So anytime anybody purchases more than $1,000, it is basically talking into Marketing Cloud, creating a journey, and then sending me a personalized email because I purchased more than $1,000. You can also have IoT events flowing through the system, where you can have car vehicle events coming in. You can actually trigger off and then even create flows and then create service or sales incident. And these all run at scale. Now, it's not just the event processing end to end. You can also have all this data available in rich interfaces such as Tableau. I don't have to redefine all of these. It's immediately available for me. And I can do all of the slicing and dicing that I want to do in Tableau live from Data Cloud. And as you can see, here's an example of all the unified profiles of people, their cars they're driving, the average speed that they have, and I can then cross-correlate it very easily with all the other systems that I might have. I can also start doing interesting analysis. I can look at all my email engagement. I can look for what kind of emails that we send the most. As you can see on your special days the most. I can start doing slicing and dicing. I can start doing things like what's my primary language? How many times have we actually engaged with customers? You can see by their sizes, their language colors, and many, many more. All these live things are possible today. Now, not just that, we are also making sure we can integrate with other systems such as Snowflake and other warehouses deeply. We have this new thing called data share. With data share, you can actually create a shared target to an external system such as Snowflake, and then share these different tables within Snowflake. And when you do that, as an example, I've shared these two tables. If you go to Snowflake, as you can see, they are visible as virtual warehouses. And I can do a query and get all of that query run live without copies or ETL. In Data Cloud, you can use Data Cloud from other systems such as Power BI and also create other rich, engaging Tableau. And we use Data Cloud to do our own analysis of our product. So that, in a nutshell, is what Data Cloud is possible. As you can see, you saw lakehouse patterns. You saw how you could do analytics. You saw how you could do ML. You can integrate with all the real-time decisioning, event processing, and you can build rich applications. Thank you.